Before they reached the company, the other boys had already heard about Jay Hyun and Jace's relationship because Na Min texted it to them. By the time they arrived, they bombarded the two, gushing over them and whispering among themselves. Joon walked along without saying a word, his eyes fixated only on Jay Hyun. He watched the blush rising to the older's cheeks as he stood beside Jace and the others asked him questions. Joon had a feeling that Jay Hyun was avoiding his eyes because he never once looked at him. He just offered up a big smile to the others. It was seriously eating him up inside, but he put on his typical poker face so no one would notice. The meeting at the company took the entire day. It was so long and tiring that the boys couldn't wait to go home. The chairman told them so many things. Since their popularity was increasing tremendously, they were going to travel to a lot of countries that year for their tours. He listed more than 30 countries and the boys were shocked. They were going to tour more than 30 countries that year, which meant that their schedules would be packed full of training and photo shoots. It was going to be a very hard year for them. Some of them were even thinking if they could handle it. It was going to be strenuous, but for the sake of their fans, they would do their best. By the time the meeting was officially ended, Joon had received countless text messages from Lisa. He didn't know how he would tell her about the upcoming tour. This was one of the reasons why idols found it difficult to date. There was hardly any time. Joon quickly texted Lisa that he would be home very soon. They were all heading towards the car when he heard the voices of Jay Hyun and Jace behind him. He turned around and saw the two of them so close to each other. Jay Hyun wrapped his arms around Jace's neck, while the younger's arm wound round his waist. Joon just stared at them, shocked by their audacity. They weren't even trying to be discreet. He looked around and saw people staring at the couple. Some were even taking pictures and recording the scenery. "Babe, are you tired?" Jace whispered and Jay Hyun just mumbled a reply. "Babe?" Joon couldn't believe his ears. "I'm hungry," Jay Hyun finally whispered. Jace pinched his cheek and he giggled. "I'll prepare ramyeon for you when we get back to the dorm. You'll love that, won't you?" "Thank you, Jace. Want a piggyback ride?" Jay Hyun looked surprised. "Are you sure?" "Come on, it's okay," Jace said. Jay Hyun just shrugged as Jace knelt down slowly. He wrapped his arms around his neck and climbed on his back. Jace stood up holding Jay Hyun's thighs. Joon was right in front of them. He was sure they could see him, but they ignored him, the way they have been doing since this morning. He felt like grabbing Jay Hyun from Jace's back, but he knew he couldn't do that. There were so many reasons why. He watched silently as Jace carried Jay Hyun with him to the van. He didn't want to ride with them again, but the other van had already been occupied because he was too busy watching the new couple. He sighed deeply and went into the van after them. Unfortunately, he was the only one with them this time around, so he plugged in his earpiece and listened to some music hoping it would distract him, but it didn't. Immediately they got back to the dorm. Everybody ran inside exhausted. Jace was still piggybacking Jay Hyun all the way to his room. Lisa met Joon when he entered his room and she hugged him. "It must have been a long day," she said. Joon slumped on the bed. "Yes, it was. So many things happened, one of them being that Jay Hyun and Jace were dating. He didn't want to believe it. He felt weird just thinking about it, but it was real. Are you okay, my love? Jay Hyun and Jace are dating." He blurted out and Lisa stiffened. "What did you just say?" Joon sat up and looked at her. "They are dating. They announced it today on the way to the company." Lisa's fist tightened. Her suspicion was right. Jay Hyun was up to something. Are they crazy? That's such a risk. Then she paused, muttering to herself. "So he's gay." Joon stood up. "Apparently." He started taking off his clothes and Lisa watched him, her eyes roaming his body lustfully. She walked over, then stopped right in front of him when he was bare-chested. "How do you feel about it?" she asked. "Mad." But he didn't say so. Instead, he faked a smile. "I'm happy for him. I'm happy he has gotten the strength to come out to us. It won't be easy, though. I just want the best for him. You just what? I just don't want Jay Hyun to get hurt. He's my best friend and I worry about him a lot." "Or you mean you are jealous?" Lisa said in her mind, but she smiled brightly at Joon. I'm happy for them too, and I think they look really good together. I'll 100% support them when they decide to announce their relationship to the world. Joon tried to smile, but he couldn't. He just turned away from her. I'll take a quick shower. She wrapped her arms around his neck tightly. Where do you think you are going without me? Let's take a shower together, she said in a soft, seductive voice. He removed her hands from his neck. I'm sorry, babe. Not now. She rolled her eyes. Not now? When is there ever going to be a now with you? He shook his head softly. I'm sorry. I'm just really tired and I'm going to be very busy from now on. She scoffed. Which is enough reason for us to be together. Come on, Lisa. Please, we'll have our own time, but I'm just really tired right now. He pulled away from her, grabbed his towel and went into the bathroom. When he was back, Lisa was lying on the bed with her back to him, clearly seething with rage. He got dressed and decided to use this opportunity and get something to eat. He was really hungry. When he got to the kitchen, Jay Hyun was there but thankfully alone, and he was cooking ramen. As soon as their eyes met, there was an awkward tension in the air. Hey, Joon said. Hey, Jay Hyun said, looking up briefly to give him an insincere smile before returning to his cooking. Joon couldn't understand this feeling that was slowly consuming him. This was Jay Hyun, his best friend. The one he talked to every night. The one he told all his troubles to. The one he felt the most comfortable with. The one who cried with him when he was sad and laughed with him when he was happy. The one person he could trust more than anything else in the world. But now, the one standing in front of him felt like a stranger. He felt so awkward and shy around him. When did this start? No, he could do this. Talk to him just like before. He cleared his throat. I thought Jace was cooking for you. Jay Hyun chuckled. Looks like that baby was even more tired than I was. So here I am. There was silence. Joon made some cereal for himself. Jay Hyun started dishing out the ramen into 2 separate plates. Joon thought of how best to start the conversation until he gathered courage. You didn't tell me you were gay. Jay Hyun looked at him. I didn't know I was gay until I started falling in love with... He paused. Jace whispered. He smiled and Joon nodded, trying not to show how hurt he was. Jay Hyun placed the plates on a tray. Let me go eat these with Jace. He started walking past him. Are you avoiding me, Jay Hyun? Jay Hyun stopped and turned to stare at him. What? Today? I felt like you were avoiding me. Jay Hyun looked annoyed. Avoiding you? Joon, it seems you don't know, but my life doesn't revolve around you anymore. What? Jay Hyun sighed. We are both in relationships now, so I think we should just face that. Joon walked closer to him. Is that how you feel? Yes. I didn't understand that you needed space from me, so you could have time to be with your girlfriend Lisa. I started understanding you when Jace and I began dating. I want to spend time with him so that our relationship can grow. Joon breathed deeply, trying to maintain his volcanic anger. What are you trying to say? You and I can no longer be clingy towards each other anymore, so our partners don't get the wrong idea. We need space. Space. We are still best friends, Junie, but things have changed now. He turned and started heading towards Jace's room. Joon's head started to spin out of control. He felt this sudden urge to pin Jay Hyun to the wall and keep him writhing under him, torment him like he was doing to him emotionally. Are you sleeping over in Jace's room tonight? He saw a blush rise and he couldn't take it. Yes, I am. Don't do it. Don't sleep with him. Jay Hyun raised his brows. He's my boyfriend and I can do whatever I want to do with him. Jay Hyun. He smirked. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were jealous. He turned away from him. Good night, Joon. Slowly he walked towards Jace's room. He knocked on the door. Jace opened. They smiled at each other and Jay Hyun entered the room without looking back once. Joon didn't know what possessed him that night, but he stormed to his room. Lisa was throwing her clothes into her bag, wearing a pissed-off look. You are going to have to choose Joon. Me or Jay Hyun, she said. Joon suddenly rushed to her and smashed his lips into hers. She was shocked but then started to kiss him back. He pulled away and looked into her eyes. I choose you, Lisa. You. Lisa was beyond overjoyed. I don't know what has gotten into you, Kim Seo Joon, but I like it. He lifted her up, letting her legs wrap around him as he lowered her to the bed. He started to kiss her, but he couldn't feel anything in that kiss. Not a single thing. He wanted to stop, but he couldn't because he wanted to forget Jay Hyun and the overwhelming jealousy he was feeling imagining him with Jace. He needed to. Choi Jay Hyun. Right there and then. He knew he loved him. He loved Jay Hyun. Thanks for watching. What do you think of this episode? Do comment and subscribe to the channel. Bye.